The woman just wanted to replace the damaged marriage certificate. Unexpectedly, she was told by the staff that the marriage certificate was fake. The system showed that she was still single. The woman was instantly stunned. She had clearly been married to her husband for 5 years. How could the marriage certificate possibly be fake? At this point, the staff found after checking that the husband the woman spoke of was indeed married, but his wife was a woman named Mary. Seeing the photo on the screen, the woman suddenly realized. She remembered when a photo of Mary accidentally fell out of her husband's book. Before she could ask who the person in the photo was, her husband nervously threw the photo away. At that time, her husband convinced her that Mary was a thing of the past. The woman, blinded by love, believed it to be true. It wasn't until this moment that the woman understood. Mary was her husband's true love. The woman went home to ask her husband for the truth, but unexpectedly, she heard even more shocking news. At this time, the assistant was reminding the CEO to give his wife a legal identity as soon as possible. You and your wife haven't registered your marriage and aren't legally protected. She can leave you at any time. The CEO, however, arrogantly said, the woman loves him like life itself. She would never leave him. Moreover, the woman had once rejected a family marriage alliance to marry him. Her father, in a fit of anger, severed ties with her. Now, she had no way out. It was only at this moment that the woman fully understood. This marriage had been planned from the very beginning. In a daze, the woman dialed the phone number of her marriage partner, William. She asked William if he was still willing to marry her. William had waited desperately for the woman for 5 years. Finally, he got this chance. They immediately agreed to go and register their marriage in 5 days. William worried that the woman would regret it. He hung up the phone without giving her a chance to speak. William's reaction deeply moved the woman. She tried to stand up and leave. However, feeling too hurt, she collapsed to the ground. The CEO heard the noise and immediately ran out. The woman didn't directly reveal the truth. She just lied, saying she was dizzy from a heat stroke. The man, heartbroken, picked her up. He carefully treated the wound she got from falling. Seeing the CEO's affectionate demeanor, the woman couldn't help but imagine the CEO's love for her was real. The woman tentatively said her marriage certificate was damaged. She wanted to replace it. Hearing this, the man's face instantly changed. He impatiently said, such small matters could be handled by the lawyer. Then he falsely claimed he had an urgent work matter. Without looking back, he left. The woman's heart immediately turned to ashes. The man's unease proved that the marriage certificate indeed had a problem, but she had been blinded by love before. She hadn't noticed the slightest abnormality. Before the woman could recover from the pain, she received a call from the orphanage. They said the girl they had wanted to adopt was going to be taken by another couple. The woman hurried to the orphanage. Unexpectedly, she saw her husband in a close embrace with Mary. Mary was crying, asking the CEO to find a way to keep their biological daughter. Even her mother-in-law said she only recognized this one granddaughter. It wasn't until this moment that the woman understood. Her husband had been urging her to adopt the child. It turned out to be his and Mary's biological daughter. Her mother-in-law had long known about their scandal, but had always helped the CEO hide it from the woman. The woman found the director of the orphanage. She wanted to know what the CEO's biological daughter looked like. When she saw the girl's file, the woman froze. The girl's birth date was exactly the same as the day her husband proposed to her. At that time, the CEO had just successfully proposed and then left in a hurry under the pretext of work. It turned out he had gone to visit his newborn daughter. The woman never expected that her husband had been betraying her from the very beginning. She immediately wanted to cancel her adoption application for the girl. Unexpectedly, the CEO overheard this. He scolded the woman for not consulting him and claimed that no one should try to take his daughter. The woman sarcastically said, "Your daughter, is she the daughter you and Mary had?" The CEO quickly explained that he just treated the girl like his own daughter. Mary also chimed in, saying the girl was the most well-behaved and adorable child in the orphanage. It was truly lucky to be able to adopt her. The woman immediately mocked Mary. "If you like this child so much, why don't you adopt her?" The CEO, furious and embarrassed, accused her of making an unreasonable scene. He claimed that Mary couldn't adopt a child since she wasn't married. Seeing the CEO constantly defend Mary, the woman couldn't help but ask what was on her mind. "Who, between her and me, is your wife?" Seeing that her son's scandal couldn't be hidden any longer, her mother-in-law quickly interrupted. She insisted that the girl was her recognized granddaughter, and that she must take her home. Seeing the shameless faces of this family, the woman said that the CEO could of course adopt the child, as long as he replaced her as his wife. After saying this, the woman left without looking back. But just as she reached the stairs, Mary caught up to her. She deliberately exposed the red marks on her neck to provoke the woman. The woman sarcastically said, "Looks like the trash I didn't want has already been prepared for recycling." Mary didn't expect the woman to be so blunt. She could only stubbornly say that she didn't understand. Seeing the CEO walking toward the stairs, Mary intentionally pulled the woman. Then she rolled down the stairs herself. The CEO rushed over and picked up Mary. He scolded the woman for being so malicious. Then he left without looking back. Watching the CEO leave, the woman's last shred of hope was shattered. The woman returned home and smashed their wedding photo to pieces. Then she burned everything related to the CEO. Even the 5th anniversary wedding necklace the CEO gave her, she yanked it off and threw it into the fire. It was time for the CEO to pay for his lies.